totally friendly.
Does the world need to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050? My answer is yes. Can the world achieve carbon neutrality by 2050 painlessly and without sacrificing GDP growth or economic pain? I think the answer is yes. Last month, June 2023, I was fortunate to be one of 50 people invited by various organizations to go to Oslo to attend what is likely the most important business meeting since the establishment of the United Nations. This small group charted the birth of a giant called the UN Business Arena and developed its inaugural event for next May. I was invited by United Nations, Oslo Business for Peace Foundation, as well as International Chamber of Commerce and PRI to attend this conference. Why was I invited? Well, because I was the winner of 2017 Oslo Business for Peace Award, which is awarded by the Committee of Nobel Laureates in Peace and Economics. And of course, I won together with Elon Musk, Mourid Al-Khattab, as well as Noreen Shahnaz. This is the Committee of Nobel Laureates that awards the prize. They consider it the highest honor an international business person can achieve. Now, what we talked about during this meeting, I was part of a small breakout group that actually talked about trying to achieve carbon neutrality in the world by 2050. And we think it's possible simply because International Energy Agency releases energy intensity numbers for most countries every year on their website. And the numbers that I'm going to show you, you can double check on the International Energy Agency. Now, when we look at energy intensity, which I'm going to talk about in detail, it means the amount of oil equivalent, kilograms of oil equivalent that are used by that country to produce $1, 1 unit of GDP. Now, when we look at, for example, in Africa, you will see that Nigeria uses 225% more kilograms of oil equivalent, okay, than Egypt does. When we look at Asia, you will see that, for example, some countries are using 226% more than Indonesia. And of course, even when you look at Japan, it uses 11.5% more kilograms of oil equivalent to produce $1 GDP than Indonesia does. When we look at Europe, we notice that Belgium is using 67% more kilograms of oil equivalent to produce the same dollar of GDP that Italy does. If you look at Americas, you will see that you will see that some countries are using about 65% or 55% more than other countries in order to produce the same number of GDP. And this is not a developed nation versus underdeveloped or developing nations. Some developing nations are doing better than some of the developed nations. Now, my point is that if we focus, collaborate between all the countries, and find a way to help each other reduce our energy intensity, we will save a lot of energy. Now, this was the world energy use according to International Energy Agency, and the amount of oil equivalent that was used in 2021 by all the countries in the world was 9.7 trillion kilograms of oil equivalent to produce the world's GDP. Now, when we look at the energy intensity of different countries, you will see that they're all over the place. Some countries are using vast double, 200 or even 250% more than other countries to produce the same dollar of GDP. So what I'm hoping is that if we work together to normalize, standardize energy use in different countries, we're going to achieve the savings that we want. Now let's say if we were to reduce energy intensity of every country by 3.5% on the average per year for 10 years, we would save 3.4 trillion kilograms of oil equivalent in the 10th year. And you know what that means? That means we would need to build 45,148 fewer 100 megawatt oil and coal-fired power projects. And that actually in that 1/10th year would save 4.5 trillion US dollars in needed investment to build those oil projects. I think we could do it together. Thank you.